You're listening to the Smash Bros. Cast, episode 25. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2 and my sparring partner is NightCrawlr. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
It is going awesome. Congratulations. You had a kid less than 12 hours ago, or 24 hours ago. And
well, 12. We're still 12 hours.
Oh, less than 12 hours ago. And here you are podcasting. Man, that is dedication, you know?
It's a loving wife, an understanding wife. Mm-hmm. Well, I think we're going to talk on that here in a little bit.
Yeah, we have a listener question about how to play Smash and have children. So, before we get too far into this thing, guys, if you want to get yourself a book from Audible, a free audiobook, go to audibletrial.com/SBC. Pick up something good like Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, Ready Player One. That's audibletrial.com/SBC. The chair I'm sitting in is from OP Seat. Love these gaming chairs. I was just interviewed by the CEO for a podcast that will be coming out soon. But you can get this chair for $10 off by using this link, n64josh.com/OP Seat. It'll take you directly to OP Seat. You can pick out the chair you want. Automatically save $10 at checkout. That's n64josh.com/OP Seat. I think it's time for our countdown to Smash. Crawler, how many days?
All right, today is September 7th, and we are 90 days out. So we are exactly 3 months away, because December 7th comes out. We are going to be playing this game.
It's still too far, man. It's
too
still
far.
Too far.
Well, you have 3 months of waiting and waiting.
Not waiting 3, 1 month. 1 month for me.
Yeah, that's true. And I get to experience it here a little bit at the end of the month, so that'll be good. Yeah.
So 1 month. It'll be in at Best Buy in Bellevue, Washington. I'll be there. So if anybody else listens to this and you're in the Washington area, make sure to come say hi. Where are you going to be? Which day?
I'm going to be, so not my wife's birthday, so not the 29th, but I'm going to go the next day, the Sunday, at the Colorado Boulevard location in Denver, Colorado.
Right on. Cool. All right. Well, Smash news has been a little bit slow this week. It's kind of been a slow week, but there was a little bit of fun had online. The Twitter account that's Smash Bros News, right? It's like Super Smash Bros News. They put out a poll, and with over 20,000 votes. You guys ready for this? This is an unofficial fighter ballot for Ultimate. At number 18, we got Elma. At number 17, we got Spiky Greenbird from Pokemon. I think its real name is Decidueye or something. Decidueye. Dixie Kong, which, I mean, come on, that should be an Echo Fighter for Diddy, right? I mean, that should be an easy one. Can you guess this one? When I go, objection!
We have Phoenix Wright at number 15.
There you go. Sans. I don't even know who Sans is. He's a little skeleton dude. I have no clue. I'm sure somebody in chat's going to yell at me for that.
Probably from a game that we haven't played that yeah.
Yep. Paper Mario at number 13. Here's one I'm all for. Doomslayer. Bring him.
Is that his official name?
I guess so. Doomslayer it is. Really, can you get a more awesome name than Doomslayer? I mean, really?
Yeah. I mean, you just referred to him as Master Chief when you were playing a couple weeks ago.
Master Chief Jr., maybe. Next, we have Crash, of course. You know, Rayman. Yeah.
We're not having television characters. Come on.
Next is Rex.
I think that's a foregone conclusion. I think that will happen.
We're going to talk about Rex after this. That'll be another little side talking point because we're gonna figure this out. Shadow is up next. Sonic's easy. Echo Fighter.
That's easy Echo.
Yeah. Skull Kid. Shantae. Sora. No idea. He's got spiky hair and a giant key. I have no idea who this is.
Kingdom Hearts.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You know, I was testing you. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. I was testing you. Oh, great. Waddle Dee.
Yeah. You played Kirby.
Yeah, I know. It seems like a weird choice.
I think that'd be an easy Kirby Echo as well. Like, that's the thing. I feel like by the time we get to the end of Ultimate, I feel like almost everyone's going to have an Echo. It'll just be easy enough to do that.
But literally, this thing's like a Goomba with feet. No, a Goomba with arms. So then we're going to get, Goomba, hey, he made it to Mario Party. Let's get Goomba in Smash at this point. Like, literally, what would he do?
I guess if a Chain Chomp can play tennis without hands, why not fight? We can just have all sorts of people from the Mushroom Kingdom come.
Every one of his moves is just the same. He walks back and forth on the screen. That's it. Like, next up is Isaac. Number 3 is Isaac. I mean, of course, it's Isaac. Isn't that who you'd think would be at number 3?
Obviously.
Yeah. What game's he from?
Kirby. I don't know. Is that Golden Sun? I don't know if that's Golden Sun or not, but
I think so. Know. Hey, that's a good guess. We're going to go with that. It's probably Golden Sun. Tweet at us.
Rock Redford said so.
Tweet at us if it isn't. He's wearing a yellow shirt and has golden hair. It's got to be Golden Sun.
I was like, I played a little bit of Golden Sun, but it was a while ago. So
number 2 is Geno. Right? And without looking him up, we knew that he was in Super Mario RPG, you know? So, I mean,
we both have that game on our classics and we've totally played it.
Yeah. So, that's Geno. And I even just while Googling him, there's all kinds of YouTube videos like Nintendo might have teased Geno in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You know, you're like, what? Okay. Clickbait. Hello.
Well, same thing was said about Skull Kid with the
what was moon?
The last? No, there was a statue of Skull Kid on Reggie's desk. I think in one of the what was it?
In the Diablo Direct, he's in Smash.
The Diablo Direct, yeah,
guaranteed. He's in Smash.
Confirmed, just like the chairs confirming Waluigi.
Yeah, no. Funny, Waluigi's not even on this. Right? Everybody wants Waluigi.
Maybe he was omitted just so that they don't pick on Sakurai anymore.
Well, these 20,000 votes show otherwise. There's no Waluigi. Number 1, Banjo and Kazooie. Banjo and Kazooie. So, again, kind of a slow news week. So we're gonna have a quick little talking point here on Rex. How does Rex work? How does it work? Is he like Shulk? And he has different blades? Or is it like Pokemon Fighter or the trainer that he, you could pull out 3 different blades, let him fight for him?
I now that you're saying that, I kind of like the idea of both of those kind of combined. It plays like Shulk, but like now that Shulk's going to have that radio wheel to select your boost or whatever, so jump or shield or buster or smash, all that kind of stuff, that's going to be on a radio wheel. Maybe they do that and you have blades to select to come out and it alters a little bit how you play, or like Pokemon Trainer where it just completely changes how you play, because Venusaur or Ivysaur is going to play different than Squirtle is going to play different than Charmander or Charizard. Sorry. So
I have no idea what you just said.
I said a bunch of Pokemon that you should know from playing Yellow and Red and Blue, but
well, I don't know. Everybody wants Pyra, Mithra, but like, how does that work with Rex? It's a little bit. It's kind of different, you know. What if they're like? Maybe Rex is a clone of the Ice Climbers, and
the two of them are just out there jumping around, throwing burning swords everywhere.
Yeah, by the power of friendship. Don't forget me. Over and over again. So I don't know. I'm like, I want to see them. I want to see Xenoblade Chronicles 2 represented in Smash. I'm just curious on how they're going to do it, because you literally could go a Fire Emblem route and give all of these blades, like, there could be a massive amount of echo characters for Pyra, Mithra, so on and so forth. Or maybe it's Rex and was it Nia? Is that what her name? The spicy little cat girl.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. That's I mean, I wonder if we haven't seen anything.
I think if we had, kudos to them if this was maybe going to be in the direct yesterday and we haven't heard about it. But I think kind of if I don't know what's all maybe in that 35-minute video that we're going to see here eventually, hopefully next week. But I know a lot of big Smash Twitch streamers and YouTubers and people on Twitter I was seeing were fully expecting to see at least one character in that direct that we're yet to get. And I think the easiest way that they could tie it in would be to show off some of Torna Golden Country, which is the DLC coming out for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then just roll it right into a Smash reveal as well. Just ride that hype that's going to come with that DLC that comes out here at the end of the month. So there are a few things I think that have leaked out from that direct, but I think they're at least holding a few things close to their chest. And this is something that doesn't necessarily need to leak out because it's not anything that would have been up on the eShop that they needed to rush and take stuff down if it was launching with directly after the direct or anything like that. So this is, I think, maybe something we could see here next week, but you never know.
Yeah, maybe. The other thing too, maybe since the Switch can handle this, as far as Rex goes, maybe it's the kind of thing that it's like you switch your blade just like with Shulk, but that blade, that character stands behind you. Maybe it doesn't take damage. Maybe it just kind of shadows you. I don't know. I'm not sure. But Smash for Sonic Only says, what if they had Dante from Devil May Cry? That'd be, to watch Dante and Bayonetta go head to head, like, bro, I'm down.
Yeah, so he could just be a clone, right? Or an echo.
Are they going to give him high heel guns?
But he's got guns to shoot if he stands there. But then you'd almost have to cross kind of Cloud and Bayonetta together with the sword and the guns.
True. So, all right. Well, let's take a look at the Smash blog for this week. Going back to
9-2, correct?
Yeah, Ike.
Yes.
This is where we start. Number 32. Ike's side smash attack is extremely powerful, but leaves him open, so you'll need to read your opponent's moves carefully. You can choose between his Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn costumes. Ooh. Who's next?
Next is King DDD. He's not very fast, but he's one of few heavyweight fighters with great recovery. Apparently, a defeat by Kirby inspired him to train hard and learn a move called hovering, which allows him to float after taking a deep breath.
There we go. King DDD, one of the best trolls ever. I'm so excited for today's music. It says you can now listen to Fortress Boss Super Mario 3. Enjoy this arrangement by Akihiro Honda while reminiscing about the bosses that have tried to stand in Mario's way. So here we go. We're going to check out this music, Fortress Boss. I'm so stoked. Here it is. Let's go. I think every week these just get better and better. Like, I was not expecting at all to hear, like, I guess that was like a fiddle or something coming in. You're like, what? Like, it was awesome. It was awesome. Man, oh man. I love that they do this every week, that it's not only just characters, but it's like, hey, here's some new music too. Like, you know, and of course I'm a sucker for any of the classic Mario games. So, you know, bring the music on. So go ahead and tell us about the stage they revealed.
All right, so we have Final Destination, which is definitely revamped looking at the picture here. So the description is, though this is a simple stage with no stage hazard or floating platforms, the background has been updated for this game. Make sure you don't get too distracted and get defeated. And so, I mean, it's got like, it looks like kind of a cross between Tron meets Xenoblade, kind of just stuff sticking out everywhere with lights and all sorts of cool stuff on it.
To me, it looks like something right out of Cybertron. Like the Transformers used to live on that thing, and they no longer do.
That's a good description. Yeah,
you know, that's what I'm seeing. So
looks like it's got a rocket boost on it, and it's propelling it through space.
Right. Yeah. Which, I mean, probably pretty. Yeah, I'm excited to see that stage in action. I love playing on the current one. So, here we go.
Josh, same Pokemon names. Here we go.
It's a Pokemon. This is Eggy McPine Fruit. That's what we're gonna go with here. I don't know. It's Executor. I don't know. This is silly. I don't even know how these people name these things. Just check out this tall Pokemon. It's got Diddy and Bayonetta standing on either side. He is super tall. It may seem like it just gets in the way, but it can actually make it harder or easier for you to get a KO depending on where it is placed on the stage. So there you go. That's silly Pokemons. And that's it for this week's blog. We'll continue looking at these each week. Now, here's the exciting stuff. Chat's like, he doesn't know I don't know any Pokemon. Yeah. Yep. See, look, they're triggered.
So Josh, can you tell me what you did on Monday?
Oh, I would love to tell you what I did on Monday. Monday, I drove down to Seattle with my boys, and we went and watched Fortnite. No, they went and watched Fortnite. I went and stood in the most ridiculous line ever. Nintendo, come on. You've got to fix this. Like, I wanted to play Smash, okay? Spoilers, I did get to play.
After pacing for how long?
That's the thing. There was a line, but you couldn't stand past the enforcer. Like, you couldn't get behind the enforcer. So they would tell you, oh, just pace in this hallway. And you're like, really? Like, just pace? It was like musical chairs. They're like, okay, against the wall. And I'm like, I'm at the wrong side of the hallway now. I don't. So I paced.
Do you think it was it a fire marshal thing, or?
I have no clue. I have no idea. But like, so I was literally just pacing until finally the gal saw me pacing long enough. She's like, okay, you can get in line now. I'm like, oh, good. So hopped in line and played Mario Party, which was great, fun. But then we jumped in to Smash. Now, played with a Pro Controller, played as Mario, played as Inkling. 4 players with items on. So trying to get glean a lot of info out of the chaos. It was a little tough.
Yeah.
Little tough.
Were you on Great Plateau both times or just one time?
Great Plateau and Moray Towers.
Moray Towers. Okay.
Yeah. So we did both the new maps, and the Nintendo employees were kind of encouraging us to go that way, although we didn't have to, but they were like, here's the new ones, so that's what we did. I'm going to go through our questions that we have because it's going to pretty much fill you guys in on everything along the way. So this way I'm not saying the same thing twice. All right. So KCross202, I asked this on my Instagram at N64Josh on Instagram. I just asked if you guys had any questions about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the little bit of time I got to play it. It's from KCross202. Says, what did you use to play, Joy-Cons or Pro, and how did the buttons feel when playing? I'm going to be completely honest. It was tough to play on a TV screen with a Pro controller. Like, it felt out of place. It felt odd.
Did you struggle to find buttons?
Yeah, I did a little bit. I did, because it did not feel right. Could you get used to it? Sure. If you've never played Smash with the GameCube controller and you have your Pro controller, like, it's probably not going to be an issue for you. But after that experience, when people say, why does everybody want to use the GameCube controller for Smash? Just because. That's the answer. Just because it feels right.
Muscle memory, and it's what you're used to.
It's been that way forever, and it needs to stay that way, in my opinion. The Pro controller is awesome. I use it daily. Love the Pro controller. Didn't love it for Smash. But again, if you haven't really played Smash, you haven't really played with the GameCube controller, you're probably going to be okay.
So did right stick do smash attack?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So just like the C stick. That
was the other thing too, though. You couldn't go in and edit your control style how you liked it, as far as your grabs. I played with my.
You didn't have time, or they just didn't allow you to get to that.
It was just like, just pick your character, pick your stage, and go for it. So yeah, that was that. Next question here.
I got it. So you don't always have to, you can answer and I can
okay,
here. So,
perfect.
The Novellis asks, how fluid was Mario's moves? Any difference from older versions of him? I'll let you talk about Mario first. So how are Mario's moves? Any differences kind of from his movesets that you're used to in Smash 4?
So due to it being 4 players and doing it be very and just being very chaotic, like trying to move in, get a grab, trying to get the combos going, not as simple as you guys know. The game felt amazing. Overall, Mario felt amazing. His speed was awesome. Everybody's speed was awesome. The best way to describe it is just like, it felt like it was in the pocket, right? Like it was just like, this is the perfect speed for Smash. Like Smash 4 feels slow to me now after playing Ultimate. And it wasn't too fast. It was just sped up enough that it was like, this is where Smash should be. It feels like it's in its right place. And so, but as far as Mario goes, like, we already know that like some of his combos are harder to pull off and things like that. It seems like there might be an extra frame or two with the cape. Like it seems like it might take a little bit longer, but we'll have to confirm that once we, get to go hands on. But this is also the build from E3, so we have no idea how much of this is going to change with time. But overall,
kind of like what we were talking about last week with the tier list that had been put out from the demo. Like all that could change completely on its head by the time we get the game.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, it does feel different. But it also felt very familiar, right? I felt like right at home. Honestly, the biggest, the hardest thing to adjust to was the controller. That's what kind of was throwing me off. And so, and I even jokingly asked the enforcer, like, "Hey, you got a GameCube controller?" I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you hear that all day long. So, but overall, Mario felt good. I mean, throwing out his back airs, everything seemed like lightning quick. Everything just felt smooth. So,
all right. So moving on from Mario, the second part of Novellis' question is also linked in with George Bryan's question as well. So I'll kind of combine those two. So how was the Inkling? Was she? Did you play as girl Inkling or boy Inkling? I guess. Was she hard to control? Was collecting ink in battle difficult? And then kind of tag tag teaming on that. How was the Inkling's playstyle? Was it hard to track ink levels? And how was the neutral B?
Okay, so as far as Inkling goes, I played as the Inkling boy because as I was picking him, the other person also picked the Inkling girl, so it automatically switched me to the boy. And to me, they gave off kind of the feel of a Fox style character, just with kind of some of the moves, some of the kicks and things like that. The up air especially, just for me, kind of seemed like it just reminded me of Fox in a way. Or that, Fox, Falco, that kind of, as far as their weight and stuff too, is kind of felt like that.
Okay, but their speed probably not quite as fast.
Not quite as fast, but again, everybody's moving fast, so it's that time's gonna kind of tell how that's all gonna be, and who knows after day one too, right? I mean, this game's gonna probably get update after update, so but overall. He controlled great. I liked control. Collecting ink. To be honest, I forgot that you had to hold your shield and then hit B to collect ink. I'd forgot. I kept going down. Like I believe you can just tap one button. Or maybe if you duck, you go down into the... I can't remember exactly. So I thought I was filling up my meter then. It wasn't, though. As far as... I went back and watched some videos. And then as far as neutral B, it almost worked like... you could get it to do a multi-hit right away. Like almost like, how if you jab with Bayonetta or other characters, they'll throw
it just leads into a combo.
They just keep getting hit. That's at one point I saw that happen, but I can't say that that's guaranteed to happen every time. Because again, everything was super chaotic. The matches with Mario and the Great Plateau was nuts, dude. When that tower is there, you can't really see where you lose track of your character really quick. When the tower breaks,
it casts shadows too, doesn't it?
It was a little bit like, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this one, like to be in Omega form or whatever, like, cause it looks super cool all around it, but playing on it and then, you can hit the top of it, you can hit the side of it. Like it was pretty chaotic. And then Moray Towers is all vertical, right? Like it's up and down. And that's where I played with the, I mean, it was so chaotic that like one of the gals that was playing with us, like I watched Kirby just float off the screen all the way to his death. And she's like, I couldn't see where I was, like she just said it right away. So she had no clue just because it was really chaotic. But fun, like that's what you expect in that style of play. Like as much as like I was the person that was in line with me, I was like, hey, let's test out the moves. We'll just go in as 2. Well, they're not going to let you go in as 2 and turn items off, right? It's like they're like, okay, you 4. So it was like, oh, this is going to be like I wanted to be like, hey, let's wait, let's test the moves out real quick. I need information on this game so I can bring it back, to my podcast. So didn't get as much of that as I had hoped, but
so you're kind of leading into one of my questions down here. So one of my questions is, see, you mentioned that you played with some people that you were kind of in line with. Did you take time to try to spam, like roll at all to see what that lag penalty is for that? And I mean, did you kind of go off in the corner at all with that guy, just attempt to try to do some grab combos at all or anything like that?
We were going to, but then when the 2 other people joined us, it kind of threw that into it kind of threw a monkey wrench into that, unfortunately. So I was, as much as I could, trying to focus on the moves and like, is this any different? Hitting the, like trying to do the timing for the perfect shield, that kind of stuff. Like, was trying to work it in as best as possible. But like when there's Pokemans all over, like trying to hit you with fire and water and everything else, and you're, trying to attack, it was pretty brutal. it was pretty brutal. Fun, but just hard to do. Okay, I want to analyze this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you see anybody, or did you personally spam dodge at all?
No, I didn't. I mean, not to the point that I would. Don't they get fatigued or get knocked out, or they slow down or something?
They slow down. There's a lag that kind of comes with it that it will either, I think, after you perform the roll, you're stuck in a lag animation that prevents you from going right into another move. So it punishes you after, I think the number was 6, like kind of in quick succession. But I don't know if that's official or if that's going to change at all. But I think that's what was mentioned at Treehouse, I believe.
I see. But
we'll kind of roll this into Bradaloop had a question kind of just about general gameplay. So how does it compare to 4, which I think you talked about a little bit? How's the speed comparison? Have combos drastically changed at all from what you've seen? And just how would you compare this, the general gameplay, I guess, against Smash 4?
The biggest change I know for Mario, and it wasn't necessarily that I was able to sit and do this because it was just too chaotic, but his down throw to up tilt, right, which is typically that's his go-to like bread and butter combo for Smash 4. From my understanding, everything I've seen, they go too far to just get that going. So does that mean the up tilt will never combo? No, you probably can still get them trapped in that up tilt and spam it, but it's just not going to start from the down throw. You're going to have to figure out another way to get it started. As far as just some real quick combos that I was able to do, like even just the down throw to the up B, that worked right off the bat. So some of them were the same. Some of them are going to be more difficult. And I'm okay with that. Honestly, like I think it's good if it's not going to be just the same. I don't think anybody wants it to be identical to 4, right? Let's get some tweaks in there. Let's tweak the gameplay. Let's get the tier list changed up. Maybe Mario doesn't end up quite as high. Maybe he ends up lower. Maybe, like any of that stuff is okay. I think anyway, let's mix it up. So this doesn't just look like 4 with a fresh coat of paint. And it really does not feel that way. I want to make sure that is abundantly clear. It does not feel like Smash 4 with a new coat of paint. It feels like a new Smash game. The speed, the changes, not a port. It's like it does. And it's hard for me to go back to 4 now because Ultimate is so smooth and so good. Like it's a little difficult to go back and play 4 after playing this. I'm like, man, I just want to play this game now. Like 90 days? Come on.
All right. So I have one other small one, but we'll get to the last viewer question here. Which is kind of a big one here. So Lake Douglas Dimmadome says, what's up, fellas? I got a Smash Bros. Question for you. With Dark Samus making the roster, that makes 3 versions of Samus, with 3 links also included. Mario must feel slightly sad. What do you think the chances are that we get some kind of Paper Mario announcement this year as the 2D Mario game with a new Smash Fighter inclusion? So this is kind of going on just general Switch news and then also tying that into Smash. So Dr. Mario is cool and all, but they could really have some fun with Paper Mario moveset wise. And for Mr. Nintendo, which is Mario, to have less forms than Link and Samus, I would think Sakurai would want to have some kind of Paper Mario action in the works. Let me know what you guys think.
What do you think?
I mean, when I saw, I think this was on your Instagram post. I think when I read this, I think I hadn't even thought about the fact that there were now three versions of Samus with Zero Suit, Dark, and regular Samus. And Link has kind of been obvious that there's a lot of links, but Mario is kind of left out in the dark. And for as many games as he's had and he is the face of Nintendo, to not have more iterations of that. And Paper Mario is such a different version of Mario that I think would fit so well. We could maybe even also just get Sports Star Mario and he could tie into some links that like Peach has, because she hits you with a tennis racket or a golf club sometimes. So, I mean, you could tie in with all the different sports titles that he's done as well, and he could wear different athletic uniforms that he's had, strikers and aces and golf and all that kind of stuff. So they could have some fun with Mario. But Paper Mario, you have the hammers and the big smash hammer. Some of those items I think have gotten included as items to be fought with in Smash, but to have him have that on his person would actually be really, really fun with his moveset.
I think the one thing to remember is, though we aren't seeing multiple styles of Mario, we are seeing a brand new, like, more costumes, right? He's been in the same costume for multiple games, and he just changes color, right? Into some really odd colors. But now you got Mario Maker Mario, you've got the white tuxedo Mario.
There were countless costumes in Odyssey.
Oh yeah, so many.
And they've proven that they can make him look exactly like Mario 64. I want to see a polygonal Mario in Smash. That would be really cool to see as one of his alternate costumes. I'd
love it. I would love it if the original 8 or whatever that were original 12 or whatever that were in the first game, if they all had that version of themselves. So when you go back to the old maps, I think it'd be awesome, Yeah. I think it'd be really cool. Even if that's all it was, like if you picked one of those characters and that you end up on that stage, it makes them look like they're original. I'd be down.
Yeah, because I think they even said that they left some of the 64 stages a little kind of fuzzy and polygonal to begin with. Yep. Like they didn't up-res them as much.
Yep. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm all for getting, I have nothing against Paper Mario. I've never really played the games. They're not something that like I have any nostalgia for. I don't know what the movesets would be. I imagine he would kind of move like Game & Watch, as far as just that very two-dimensional, like almost running at slower frames than what the actual game runs, that kind of thing. So, I mean, cool, bring it on. The more the merrier, I say. As long as it doesn't, like, let's just make sure Mario's still at least high to mid-tier. All right, that's all I ask.
All right. So one last question I have, which I think I asked Ninja Yoshi when he was on as well from the E3 play he had. Did you encounter any of the cinematic camera, like hard hit moments where it slows down, zooms in, and you see that character go zooming off?
I want to say yes. I mean, again, there was a lot of chaos, but I want to say yes and no. It didn't have that, like, it wasn't like, oh, what's happening? Oh, we're back in, it was fine. It was
all fluid.
Yeah, it was fluid. Didn't throw anybody off. It didn't seem like so. And it was, I mean, it might have happened once in the 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't an issue. So, but overall, like it just really, really was smooth. I can't say that enough. Like extremely smooth. And I cannot wait to play this stinking game. Like, come on, 90 days. Give us a beta, Nintendo. Please bring a beta sooner than later. So, all right, the last thing we have here is from a friend of the show, Scott96, his Twitch is twitch.tv/Scott96. I know he's been streaming more, so guys, show him some love. He's an excellent Smash player, and he's been on the show before. He actually did his interview with us while he was driving, like we were on his Bluetooth. So, but remember, I've been asking for Smash tips from the community. So if you want to get involved in this, if you want to have your Twitch shouted out on the show, whatever, and you've got some tips. Now we're looking for people that have played tournaments, right? And this guy plays tournaments. He's really, really good at Smash. So, this is what he put together in a Google Doc for us. It says start of the game, you're neutral. Okay, and we're actually going to be focusing on neutral a lot in the next episode. I spent some time researching neutral game, and so we're going to spend a lot of time with it next week. I found some really good videos we're going to reference and things like that, but just kind of a quick breakdown. You've got your jab, walk, shield on approach, Be wary of power shield timing. Look for shield, grab, projectile to force a shield or jump, and focus on frame data. Okay, so this is like the start of the game. The start of the game. How are you going to get things started? What are you going to do to get things started? Don't forget about your jab. How often do you jab, Crawler?
With Corrin, Corrin and Bayonetta both have really strong jabs that lead to those multi-hit combos. So I feel like I can, not as often as I should, because with Corrin I'm working more off the pike in the dragon pike a little bit, but it is an effective move, especially if you can get it kind of pre-fire it a little bit and they roll or fall into you and you catch them in that jab combo. It can be pretty effective, but I don't do it probably as often as I should.
Neither do I. I hardly use the thing. I'll hit it by accident sometimes, and I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Why, because if you hit shield, it's got decent knockback, so that it, like, it's with Mario anyway, so that you're not like just setting yourself up to get pummeled. Like, but I don't use it all that often, and it's really all about like, this is the mind game when the game starts. This is all about like, how can you take percentage from your opponent and not have them take yours? What are you going to do to get the game started? You've got your jab, your walk, shield on approach, right? I'm just going through Scott's list again here. Use a projectile to force a shield or a jump. I've
started using that right off the bat. I throw a charged up dragon shot, and it's either they catch it and they shield and you can start to move in, or they don't and you get a quick like 7 or 8% damage on them.
Yeah, it's great. It's opening up the ability for you to figure out how to react while they're reacting to what you're doing. They're playing into your game at that point. And
don't get me started on Mario's fireballs.
Oh, you love them. Don't act like you don't. So, which for me, even as a Mario main, I'm like, I need to use these things way more. Not just as spam, but yeah, and flood as well. What's funny is they were asking about the neutral B, right? On the Inkling, it does have a very similar feel to the flood as far as the just the way that how far they put out liquid or whatever. So kind of interesting there.
Copy paste.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get flood in. Let's get flood in Splatoon. But I mean, that's like, you want to be taking the percentages off. Right. So you want to get to the point that like, look for some, like, they talk about this too. Like, I want to make sure I shout this out, guys. The Nintendo Power podcast, not to be confused with the Nintendo Powercast, which is the other show I host, but the Nintendo Power podcast, they have Smash tips on there this last week. So go and check it out if you're looking for things to get better. And I mean, I gleaned a lot from it. Like, they talk about neutral game in that podcast, and just like, you don't just start, like, I'm a very aggressive gamer. Like, every game I play, I've always been super aggressive. Shooters, fighting games, everything. Like, I'm always aggressive and always just like trying to push. If people figure that out and figure out how to counter it, I had nothing. Like, the arsenal's small. There's not a lot to use there. So you can play it, and Smash doesn't really lead itself to all of that real aggressive gameplay. Like, you have to be far more methodical, which I like. I kind of want to go and play Street Fighter and stuff again and see like if Smash has taught me anything about just the way my style is. The neutral game, super, super important. Utilize the jab. Don't be afraid to walk. Right. I love that he puts walk here, because how many times are you instantly running or instantly jumping? Just walk. See what they're doing. Be able to react. Maybe you can read what they're going to do, Yeah.
And that goes back to something that Wizard had talked to us about way back when, especially with like when I was using Bayonetta more often. He was like, just walk with Bayonetta. It's a fast walk, and then it leads when you burn a jump already, it really hurts what you're able to recover from if you're caught kind of on the wrong side of a exchange. I don't know how many times we end up way out on stage and then we come back and we're like, oh, I don't have my jump. And then you're already behind, and you either have to hope that your up B recovery gets you there, or you're down a stock.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So there's a lot to take away. He actually has a second part of this. And so we're going to utilize the second part next week, but think about the first 10 seconds of your match. What can you do to take the initial lead? What is it that you can do that will help you get that 20% right away? How can you approach? What do you got to do? It's going to depend on who you main and, what their strengths and weaknesses are, that kind of thing. But don't be afraid to use your jab. Don't be afraid to walk, shield on approach, but be careful not to mix these things up. The idea here is to stay unpredictable. Get those percents down. That's it. And that's what I'm going to work on, right? We say this week in and week out. We're not pros by any means. We are constantly learning. And hopefully you guys can take away some of the stuff that we're learning each week. Before we wrap this up, I found locally in Bellingham, Washington. So if you live in or near Bellingham, Reset Games has a Smash Bros tournament. It's either every Thursday or every other Thursday. And they alternate between Melee and Smash 4. I had too much stuff I had to do last night. I wasn't able to make it to the Melee one. Plus, I really wasn't going to play Melee. But just because I'm really, really bad at it. My son and I tried it just to see how it would go, and it didn't go well. And because he was going to come with me. He's like, I don't want to go to the Melee one. I'm like, I understand. So we are going to go to the Smash 4 one. If you live in the area, come hang out. You can start practicing and hanging out with people at 4:30, and then the tournament starts at 5:30, and it's like a $5 buy-in. So I would just check, get on resetgames.com, get on their Twitter, whatever, shoot them a DM or email just to find out the exact time. I'll find out for next week as well. But all I can't remember is if it's every other Thursday or each Thursday. They just alternate games. That's what I'm a little fuzzy on. So, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get to meet some other people playing Smash, to play in that setting. And it's really got me kind of hyped to get something started even more local, because I got about a 40-minute drive to go to this one, but it's really, really not that bad. So with that, I think we're going to put a bow on this thing. Crawler, where can people find you?
You guys can find me hanging out on Twitter, NightCrawlr724. NightCrawlr is without the E. On my Twitter, there's also a link to my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/NightCrawlr724. You can catch me streaming random kind of variety stuff on Switch. I played Galgun 2 the other day, which was very interesting. I picked up Spider-Man today. The plan was to stream Spider-Man. Other things happened. I'm not doing that right now. So
you just had a kid, no biggie.
Look for those to come possibly this weekend or next week. And then also we're just hanging out in the Discord playing lots of Smash. Lots of you guys from this podcast are coming in and joining in. So n64josh.com/discord. That'll get you a link right into that Discord, and we are all happy to have you guys come and hang out, and we get lots of games going, so come hang out there.
Yeah, and it's super easy, guys. Hit that link, n64josh.com/discord, and just hop into the Smash Bros cast server, hop into the Smash Bros server, and just be like, hey, I want to play Smash with people. We got people from all over the world in there, so different time zones, everything. Come hang out. It's a good time. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter at N64Josh. You can follow this show at Smash Bros Cast. The gaming chair I'm sitting in is from OP Seat. Okay, n64josh.com/OPC will save you $10 at checkout. Get yourself a free book from Audible by going to audibletrial.com/SBC. Pick up Ready Player One or Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. Great books. I am going to be streaming Smash next week starting at 4 a.m. each morning, Monday through Friday. It's going to be a Smash week. All right, so come hang out if you can. That's 4 a.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/N64Josh. Thank you so much for being here with us live, guys. Thank you for listening. If you can rate and review on iTunes, we'd greatly appreciate it. And we will see you in the next one. Later.